As it stands where I am right now, as long as he's not currently still paywalling stuff like that, I've got no issue with him. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. I've gone over quite a few, or at least a handful of Depressed Nasagi's videos, and I have been aware of some of the drama he's been in, but I don't really know the full extent. Hopefully this video that I'm going to be going after, or going going after, going over, will be covering that, because, well, Depressed Nousagi is known as the VTuber historian, so let's find out about his history. If you don't know who Depressed Nousagi is, he is a video essayist that does a lot of content on the VTuber community. He has also been doing some streams recently. So, without further ado,
on December 7th, 2022, Depressed Nousagi would hit the upload button one last time as the VTuber historian.
oh, wait, Succubus Natty put out a video? Oh my. Can you link that to me, please? Oh, you've seen this before. I have not. Interesting.
He had been through many highs and lows throughout the year, making friends with people he thought he wouldn't, and turning his life around with the money he made throughout his career. But after a blow to his reputation, mixed with a combination of other factors, he simply had to go. He was sent off with warm goodbyes from his supporters, and a good riddance by those who criticized him. That's it. That's the end of Depressed Nousagi, the VTuber historian.
Good video, thank you.
At his peak, Depressed Nousagi was on track to break 100,000 subscribers, having videos that broke 100,000 views and attracting eyes from all over the community, including agencies like Nijisanji, HoloStars, and Face Connect, along with other smaller VTuber agencies and indie VTubers. Despite being a popular figure in the VTuber industry, Depressed Nousagi was no VTuber. Rather, he looked into stories, historical events, and the culture of the VTuber community, and condensed it all into videos that, while the editing and writing were unprofessional, struck a chord with VTuber fans for how down-to-earth it felt and how accurate, clear, and full the stories were.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people do kind of like their, like, a lot of people do like polished, professional-looking content, but then there's also a sort of charm to the kind of content like Nousagi puts out, where it feels very personal, like it's a friend just enthusing about what they like. That's kind of why I like to listen to his videos.
While many in the community see him as a beacon of truth, the definitive VTuber historian, if you will, if we want to understand how Depressed Nousagi became the VTuber historian in the first place, we must first understand that before any object or animal takes flight, it must first start on the ground, or in a rabbit hole, if you will. Before Depressed Nousagi became the VTuber historian, he was just your everyday internet neckbeard. He watched My Little Pony, browsed through 4chan, played League of Legends, even uploading League-related shitposts on his channel, but most importantly, he was an otaku. Despite all of that, he was able to maintain a social life, maintaining a group of friends and even engaging in antics befitting a teenager. But even if he was only a casual otaku, he was about to fall into a rabbit hole through one person in specific.
Fuck you! Fuck you, fuck you!
Through Kizuna Ai, he fell down the VTuber rabbit hole. He watched Kizuna Ai's clips, and as he watched more and more, he found other VTubers like Mirai Akari and Kaguya Luna. Do keep in mind that around this time, this kind of content was unseen or unheard of before. Sure, we had anime girls to fawn over and YouTubers talking about anime girls that you can fawn over, but an anime girl as a YouTuber? It was a recipe for success among otakus, and Kizuna Ai led the charge. But as time went on, he simply fell out of love with VTubers. That was until...
What happened in 2022? This is not a Depressed Nousagi video, by the way. This is by Calamity? Hey, they're still bigger than me. God damn, 5,000 views.
2020 is a year we all remember for one thing: isolation. Everyone looked for an escape that year, and depressed Nousagi was no different. He looked to anime, games, and much more as an escape, and through his craving for an escape amidst the pandemic, he was dragged back into the rabbit hole through Hololive. He found Hololive through Kiryu Koko's Asakoko commercials. He found those commercials intriguing, and as he watched more of Kiryu Koko's content, he would come to place Kiryu Koko as one of his favorite VTubers of all time.
I am not surprised. She is really funny, and I like her. I like her. Funny and an honest person. She comes across as a kind-hearted person. Who doesn't like that?
Only under Usada Pekora. He would sink himself more into VTuber culture through 4chan's recently established VTuber board, also known as VT. People like to generalize 4chan as this collective of edgy and evil trolls plotting to bully someone to suicide, or finding someone's
No, it's mostly the internet's butthole. I used to be on 4chan. I used to regularly browse the butthole channel. If you know what I mean. It was a pretty random channel. You probably know it. I'm breaking a couple rules. Cool.
location through a mere live stream alone. While I don't deny that things like that happen on 4chan, you can generally predict 4chan's behavior through a coin toss. Heads, they tolerate you or they like you. Tails, they'll talk shit about you at best, and at worst, they will do anything to destroy you. You either take it
Oh, look, Hitler imagery when talking about 4chan. Exactly what I think about 4chan.
lying down or fight an unwinnable battle. The most you can
And yeah,
do,
this person really likes Hotline Miami. Perhaps I should play it.
is to try and increase your chances of being favored. VT is no different. From this obsession of his came an idea. He saw that there was no definitive place, like a YouTube channel, where stories and happenings in the VTuber community were properly documented. Sure, you had clips, 4chan, and people in the know to ask.
I watched Nousagi's drama tier lists. Honestly, they were semi-bangers. Yeah, like, he's got a lot of good points. He's pretty insightful. I like him.
Around, but the waters were just too muddy. You can't exactly get a clear picture of a story unless you were just as, if not more, obsessed with VTubers than he was. And not many people had the time to dive into the pits of the VTuber community. The market was open, so despite League of Legends shitposts being the most experience he had in making videos, he took it upon himself to be the one to document, compile, and narrate such information. As he was already a first-hand witness to many events in the VTuber community, he could just start with his base knowledge of the events and work from there. He looked into posts from 2chan, 4chan, gossip forums, and archives, filtered out misinformation, and distilled all of that into an easy-to-digest format. Granted, it wasn't the best way to research, but it was more than what most were willing to do.
Yeah, I mean, most people don't even do any sort of research at all, and I am convinced, like, everybody on 4chan acts like this, IRL, when they're on 4chan, putting on the balaclava.
He sought to fill that role of the VTuber historian, and wanted to name himself as such. But at the same time, a similarly named Hololive historian, now called Poka, was under fire for revealing the private information of Hololive VTubers. More specifically, Hololive historian revealed the faces and past careers of the talents, which the community used as grounds for his execution. So the VTuber historian had to go by a different name, combining his devotion to Pekora, whose fans are known as Nousagi's, and his mental.
Wait, so he did do that?
Specifically, Hololive historian revealed the faces and past careers of the talents, which the community used as grounds for his execution. So
Hololive historian? Is that what Nousagi called himself at first? Hololive historian or something? I'm kind of confused here.
the VTuber historian had to go by a different name, combining his devotion to Pekora, whose fans are known as Nousagi's.
Wait, am I getting this correct? That, Hololive historian is a separate person that did do that, did sell private info for money, and Nousagi wanted to do or like wanted the role of essentially VTuber historian in general, but didn't want to associate with Hololive historian because of their shit. But it seems like him. It seems like him, given the sort of moniker of VTuber historian, some people have equated that, and I fell victim to that too. It seems, unless he actually did do it, and I just am confused.
and his mental state at the time,
Hope he
he
did.
went under the name Depressed Nousagi. Depressed Nousagi started his career off with a video detailing the history of Hololive. While he got 5,000 views from the video, he soon set the video along with his old League of Legends shitposts to private due to personal reasons. He would upload a video on the shortcomings of Genshin Impact's Inazuma storyline, then a video on how the N-word saved Sakura Miko on November 1st, 2021.
What?
This video served as the foundation of his content moving forward. While the writing, editing, and the narration of the videos were amateur, it served its purpose of telling tales and details from the VTuber community that the common VTuber fan wouldn't know at all with a down-to-earth, homegrown, and comedic charm that not every YouTube channel has, let alone
Restream is trying to connect. Mother fucking cock. Ugh. Fuck. I love this so goddamn much. My router reset, so now I gotta wait. Fuck me. Phone, come here. YouTube. Channel. Video. Wait, live. Fuck. Will be back soon on a different swim. Like, for fuck's sakes, am I at least back on Twitch? Or am I just not reconnected at all? Am I back? Am I not back? It says I'm live for 2 hours still. Chat, you there? Close window. Oh, shit. I shouldn't be sharing that. Oh, fuck me. I'm just gonna stream. Copy. I want to keep recording though. I don't want to stop. Oh, okay. I can stop streaming separately from recording. Nice. A, B. Oh, wait. I can do a generic restream. Refresh. Oh, I love that this is part of my Nousagi video. Stream. No. Connect to OBS. Hurry the fuck up. No. Lock. I didn't want to click that. Fuck me. Edit. Internet cutout. Copy. AV. Apply. Start. Okay. Okay. Stream manager. What's it saying? Back from internet cutout. Okay, that looks like it's working. Create, go live. I want to check my YouTube stuff. And I don't expect my viewers to really get back. I'm going to finish off this segment though. Okay. Oh, wait, no, not that.
One analyzing VTubers. As he made more videos improving on that foundation he built, he would see some success with his content, and come the next year, his efforts would pay off. He started 2022 off with a bang. On the 1st of January, he would upload the first video in what would be a trilogy of videos honoring the now graduated VTuber Kiryu Coco. The first video was like any other he would upload at the time, detailing Kiryu Coco's origins and impact she had on Hololive and the greater VTuber community as a whole, all with his own twist to it.
Yeah, like, wow, it is definitely banger music. Oh, right. Give me 1 second. I gotta update my chat settings. Embed in stream. Okay, now try dropping something in chat. I'm so mad that my router reset. Cause I can't just wait for the internet to come back and then I'm reconnected because of the fucking restream. This is why I want to go to just YouTube. Like, seriously, I can't reconnect my goddamn shit. Yay, it's working. Perfect. Hate this so much.
Like many of his videos, this one only saw a moderate level of success, barely breaking 60,000 views even today. He would upload a couple more videos, some shitposts, and an update video on the at the time ongoing drama between Uruharushia and Mafu Mafu. Though behind the scenes, he was at work in what would arguably be his magnum opus, a deep dive into Kiryu Coco's Taiwan incident.
Oh. I am going to go over that in the future, actually. I didn't know he went into a full-on video about that. Because, personally, I am pretty... I'm pro-Taiwan. Just saying. From what I've heard, she didn't even mention whether or not she was pro or anti-Taiwan. She just mentioned the name of the country and people got pissed. Whoops. Pulled my earphone out. That's not fun.
Released on February 17, 2022. The video was a nearly hour-long account of the controversy Kiryu Coco was in at the time, giving a straightforward account of the attack of the Chinese antis, along with providing more subtle details, such as the role Hololive China played and the bigger picture behind the incident.
Okay, something that's pretty bothersome to me about VTuber culture is, like, so many people just referring to stuff or to groups of people as antis. It's like, can you please specify whether or not they're anti-Taiwan or anti-China? Because they're China antis. Does that mean they're pro-China? Thanks for welcoming me back. Yeah, it's... God damn it. I really hate when my router crashes and I can't do anything about it except start a brand new fucking stream.
The truth behind the incident was hard to find, again being obscured by lies, rumors, and speculation. While his information wasn't 100% accurate, someone taking the time to painstakingly research the incident and the actors involved would naturally attract many people to him. And it did.
Absolutely.
It was the first video of his to break 100,000 views, hell,
Jesus
even closing in on 500,000 views as of writing this. And with that came eyes from all over the community, but most notably, the VTuber board of 4chan, VT. Depressed Nousagi was first mentioned in the board a week after the video's release.
I wonder if
To
I'm
VT,
mentioned there yet.
Depressed Nousagi covered events in the VTuber community thoroughly, at least more thoroughly than drama channels, who they saw as nothing but leeches who milk drama while providing nothing of value to the table.
I wouldn't use false for that statement personally, because at least false doesn't, or at least false puts out a pretty good what's it, accounting of the facts of what happens without pushing his own narrativization. I would personally use Rev Says Desu there, because that's literally his channel.
Plus, Depressed Nousagi was like them. After all, he spent a lot of his time lurking in VT before he even posted his first video. While anybody would be happy at the thought of a video going viral, Depressed Nousagi grew anxious about the video going viral.
I can get that. You get a video that potentially talks about a controversial topic, gets 100,000, 500,000 views. Oh, people are going to be mad sometimes.
He feared the repercussions of the video. Maybe it would reignite the drama, reinvigorating Kiryu Koko's antis, or maybe inciting Cover Corp to take action on any discussion involving the topic. But still, he continued uploading videos, even covering the stories of Uruharushia and Mano Aloe, until soon, he made it. He rightfully earned
He made it? Like, until he actually grew to his prominence? Like, he seems already pretty prominent now. Or, at least in the context of the video.
the title of VTuber historian and thought that he would capitalize on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He monetized, opened up a Patreon, and took opportunities, which led to him collaborating with VTubers like Nene Amano and Pipkin Pippa on sponsorships he took, the latter of which even having him as a guest on her livestream.
I kind of want to watch that. I kind of want to see how they interact. Because we all know how I feel about Nousagi, and we all know how I feel about Pippa.
With the money he made from his channel and his side jobs, he turned his life around, being able to pay for college, making massive upgrades to his PC, buying an air conditioner, then finally being able to buy the VTuber merchandise he so longed for, while attending an anime convention literal islands away from his home. He was wanted by smaller VTuber agencies, and indie VTubers wanted to know more from him, and he was noticed by VTubers in the big leagues, the likes of HoloStars and Niji Sanji. Now,
So, is it going to go wrong? Because, like, I do want things to go well for him.
let's say you want to support Depressed Nousagi. You like how he rolls and figure you have some money to spare for him. In that case, you would join his channel memberships and you have 3 tiers to choose from. Novice Nousagi, the cheapest of all 3 tiers. You would have a badge of honor next to your username every time you comment. You would have the choice to vote which video you wanted to see from him next, and you can have your username at the end of a Depressed Nousagi video. Researcher Nousagis have that, along with early access to videos and members-only content such as exclusive videos and weekly news. For the most dedicated and wealthy of Depressed Nousagis fans, you have the Forbidden Nousagis. You have all the perks mentioned, but with a twist. You can talk to Depressed Nousagi himself in a private Discord, along with other members where you can pool together your knowledge, forbidden or not, and Depressed Nousagi would create threads with that information. But most importantly, you have access to forbidden knowledge. The support was nice, but working all those
Like, what kind of forbidden knowledge are we talking about? Is it just kind of taboo subjects like the forbidden knowledge I've put out? The There are people that actually want to listen to political takes from VTubers. Or is it like face leaks, IRL leaks of VTubers that don't want their, or VTubers that do want their anonymity? Because that does start getting into bad territory.
jobs, having to come back to college soon, and having to constantly be ahead of the curve in happenings in the VTuber community, and documenting all those happenings came at a cost. And he paid for it physically, socially, and mentally.
Yep, like I I can't force myself to keep up with absolutely everything. I've really got to limit what I'm doing. Oh, hey Blaze. Hey Nova. Like I wish I could comment on every single bit of drama going around, but whew, I just don't have the time. So, it sucks, yo.
Depressed Nousagi was diagnosed with conditions in his hand, his back, and his head. He was losing the
Aw.
passion he once had for VTubers and had very little free time on his hands. Plus, it was only a matter of time when talking about drama in the past lives of VTubers caught up with him. So, he planned on retiring in early 2023, and he wanted to go out with one last live stream, a nuclear flash akin to Kiryu Koko's graduation.
Hey Shala.
Soon enough, he will no longer be the VTuber historian, and he could just regain his organic love for VTubers without the pressure of keeping up with the pack, and he could just do whatever he wanted in some other channel and put all his focus into getting an education and rebuilding his life after the pandemic. Someone else could just pick up from where he left off as long as they were willing to put in the work. At around the same time, the general consensus in VT of Depressed Nousagi grew sour. While there were still some that supported Depressed Nousagi, the board that once regarded him as above VTuber news channels that milk drama now viewed him as no better, and they hated him for it. People hated his videos being advertised on the board, and some just hated the way that he spoke, more specifically his heavy Filipino accent. But hey,
Oh, 4chaners became racist towards somebody they stopped liking? What a goddamn shocker! Maybe you shouldn't hang out in places that breed racism.
that's just 4chan for you. But then, the question
I
still
left it.
remains. Why is forbidden knowledge considered as such? What makes it such a taboo topic in the first place?
Partially because it's kind of goddamn rude. Like, talking about a VTuber's past life is fairly disrespectful, especially if you're not acknowledging who they are now. But, like, there is something to be said about how it is important to learn from history so it's not repeated. You don't have to be dicks. Like, especially if somebody has rebranded and you keep calling them by their old branding, you're just a dick.
Put simply, it's a matter of privacy and respect. While it can be argued that some talents don't mind people knowing about who they were in the past, the general consensus is to keep your mouth shut about it, especially on their stream. If you saw a video of some cute Japanese girl that sounded oddly familiar in your feed, you kept your mouth shut.
Yeah, like all the people that started talking about goddamn Henya. And they started bringing up a different VTuber, and it's like, let Henya debut. Let her have her streams, bringing up if she actually was a different streamer from previously, is doing nothing but rehashing the drama. That's exactly what channels like Rev did.
If it wasn't for privacy's sake, it was out of not making things weird for the VTuber. Now, I'd like
Yeah, like that too. Like, a lot of the time, it will be uncomfortable for them to think about or bring up the past life. So just enjoy the content they put out now. Enjoy who they are now.
you to picture this. You're a fan of Depressed Nousagi, or at least you watch his videos casually. One day, you hear news about him getting into a drama. Now you know that he said some controversial stuff, having a colorful vocabulary with its foundations in 4chan, so you pay it no mind. After all, you're not into drama. That's why you stopped keeping up with gameplay commentary channels a long time ago. Plus, it's a Twitter cancellation. It'll all blow over within a day or two. No one would care in a week's time if depressed Nousagi said the gamer word. Everyone just
Wait, what gamer word? I missed that. Never been a fan of the idea of revealing their faces, but then again, as long as no one's straight up getting doxxed, then I guess it's okay. Like, I still think it's problematic if their face isn't out there already and then you leak it, because then that can lead to directly doxing people, which becomes quite problematic.
time if the
But there is also the difference of if you're only sharing around a face pic, that is not exactly the same as doxing. It's trending in that territory, but it's not actually doxing.
depressed Nousagi said the gamer word.
Why do you say gamer word? You make me think like slur or something, but is doxing? Or is it just that he's talking about... I don't even know if this is actually Nousagi's account. Or is it just that he's talking about IRL identities?
Everyone just wanted a piece of a nothing burger. But little did you know that somewhere, a coin was tossed, and with that coin toss, depressed Nousagi's fate was sealed.
Their information is being sold off.
Then posted a screenshot directly from Nousagi's Patreon.
That's the story of Gorgura? Gamer word is usually the N-word? Yeah, that's what I thought so, but they didn't even show it on...
Which is a video titled The Past and Story of Gargura Patreon version.
On November 14th, 2022, an anonymous user on VT sounded the alarm on what was going on behind depressed Nousagi's Patreon. Allegations of doxing and slander caught the eyes of many anons in the board. The already sour opinions of depressed Nousagi in VT served as fuel to the fire, and the anons jumped on the opportunity to rally against him. VT wanted depressed Nousagi gone. Some wanted him dead and others wanted Cover Corp themselves to deal with him. Others drew parallels of his actions to the one of Hololive Historian. After all, both the Vtuber Historian and Hololive Historian did reveal the faces and alternate identities of other Vtubers, which constituted as doxing in the Vtuber community.
There's a lot of gamer words, I'm gonna be honest. Like, god damn it. You don't sell that as pay-gated content. If you're going to make content about it, at least have it publicly free. But you still shouldn't be spreading that kind of stuff, because, like, Gura is just there to be a silly shark girl that creepy people beat off over. Why do you need to really sell money that or not sell money, sell her private info for money? That's pretty bad. I mean, like, the N-word is probably the biggest one, but a lot of words are referred to as gamer words, even the R-slur,
and therefore had to be dealt with as such. Furthermore, depressed Nousagi slandered the very agencies he looked up to by making videos such as why Niji-sanji's iLuna is a failure, and why this VTuber is getting irrelevant, along with his
is that really slander? Like, slander would be if it's fake, wouldn't it? Or if it's a lie? Problem wasn't necessarily that he made videos about past lives, it's that he paywalled them. Yeah, exactly. like, it's still taboo to make that kind of content in general, at least within the VTuber fan communities, but it's like extra bad to paywall that stuff.
Series of videos detailing the full past of VTubers, even if it may get into forbidden territory, and even if it included traumatic events in their past. The fire then spread onto Twitter.
Oh my god, selling paywalling details about traumatic events that big VTubers had gone through, that's... Oh boy.
Twitter and onto Reddit, where many denounced the press Nousagi's actions and even denounced him. Just like VT, people wanted him out of the community. Some VTubers and VTuber agencies that once looked up to and even befriended the press Nousagi no longer wanted anything to do with him. News channels soon picked up on the story, and from there, in only a matter of...
Who's that? If anybody knows who this is, please link them to me. Because I like news channels. Wait, Beals. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be looking into this person. Because Ace? I respect that.
hours, the VTuber community was set ablaze, with one side seeing him as innocent and the other wanting him gone from the community. A day after,
As it stands where I am right now, as long as he's not currently still paywalling stuff like that, I've got no issue with him. As far as I was aware, that he's acknowledged that he fucked up there and that he's not doing it anymore. So, you know, rehabilitation is what I push on this channel. What the hell is this? Oh, thank you. I'm gonna check out some of these videos. Bones, bungers, and not legally at fault. Interesting. Is this... Oh, he's got really long videos. I will definitely check him out in the future.
the press Nousagi addressed the drama in a video. He admitted to making videos on the past lives of VTubers, though he didn't have any malice in doing so.
You wish, Nova.
After all, he just wanted to cover the journey that VTubers went through in the most graceful and artistic manner possible. He denied doxing and slandering talents, and explained his perspective and reasons for doing the things he did. Late into his address, he seemingly broke into tears and ended it right then and there.
What? That video should still be up, right?
For coming to the video. I was aware of what's been happening and I apologize it took me this long to address it. I needed to clear my thoughts and wanted to make sure I made this video with a level head. There's been things going around me, but first things first, is it true that I discussed the past lives of VTubers on my members and Patreon? Yes. I know that's all the information a lot of you needed to hear, but I feel like I need to address a few assumptions and misinformation because it goes deeper than this.
Like if it was just, say, talking about Kiryu Coco and stuff she had went through, but then also referring to who she reincarnated as to, that does get into bad territory. But like, the big problem is paywalling it, in my opinion.
I wanted to discuss VTubers and their stories in a greater context than just their current personas. To avoid this content appearing publicly for anyone to stumble across it unwillingly, I put it on my Patreon. I said that I had this kind of content throughout my channel's history. I never sought to hide it from my viewers and who might be also interested in that content. What happened wasn't some gotcha moment or a secret thing that I've been doing behind the scenes. I did my best to be transparent about it.
That is fair, but still, you could have put it in like unlisted videos if you didn't want just it being pushed out by the algorithm. Paywalling it puts it in that that bad territory.
I announced my Patreon, I even made an entire video about it back in March. While I always tell my viewers to support me by joining my membership or Patreon, I don't use the past life aspect as part of its appeal when I do. In fact, I don't tell people the perks of my Patreon in my videos at all. They discover that themselves when they're interested enough to actually look at my page. It's my way of giving people a layer or an obstacle from the information, my own way of containing it. I never deceived or intended to deceive my audience. A lot of people have also spread misinformation surrounding those videos too, saying that I put in their addresses, numbers, or whatever sensitive and dangerous information that the talents had, but those are all untrue. The things that I put in those videos have no actionable content whatsoever. What I did was just merely go over their history on the internet, telling their journey along the way and how they broke into VTubing.
Yeah, like I've never gotten the opinion that Nousagi had ever really slandered people. He kind of just talks about what's actually publicly available and doesn't really point out stuff that he doesn't have context for to say. So to say, I mean, there were members only, I believe. Well, I mean, Patreon is kind of members only. It's just paywalled members only. It's just sussy.
I've privated my Patreon and my exclusive content, but anyone who has seen those videos would know that those videos weren't made with malicious intent, that they aren't as bad as a lot of people painted them to be, that I was just telling their story as truthfully and artfully as best I could. I don't
Like, I can definitely respect that. It's just you paywalled it is the thing. Again, I think if you're going to make content about like Kura's history, make it public. But I mean, I know you got to offer some kind of incentives that not everybody can access. That incentivizes people to support you through Patreon. Honestly, no, I kind of get where he's coming from here. He's paywalling some of his content, but really it's just the same kind of content he already does. But since it was paywalled and not really publicly available, narratives can be spun really easy.
think just publicly making videos about the past and faces and whatever of VTubers with an intent to expose them is a good thing. I think that's bad. But that's not what I did. I told their story as gracefully as I could. How they came up on the internet, their struggles, how they overcame it, their highs in life, how they celebrated achievements, their goals, what they wanted in life, how VTubing changed them. I treated their information delicately and pursued telling them in the most artistic way I could. But I suppose most people's problem is that I never should have made those videos in the first place.
No, I think most people's problems was, at least my problem is the paywalling of it. Because would I like to know this full story of Gura? Sure, I'm open to learning. But I wouldn't pay to learn about who Gura is outside of the VTuber she presents as. That's where it gets into the muddled, gray, bad territory.
That it doesn't matter if I did it tastefully. There was no excuse for talking about past lives. That what
I'm not going to condemn him for talking about past lives. I do that too. It's the paywalling of, well, I guess private. Actually, I don't think he. No, he didn't. He didn't discuss private stuff. From what I understand, he also went into some personal stuff on them. Well, I mean, like, let's use Gura as an example, because I haven't seen the stuff, but I just know he did a video on Gura. Gura's IRL Twitter is available. You can find it. You can find her name. But, like, it does add context to how she presents herself on stream, but it's also, it's also not something that just everybody is going to find.
I did was still wrong, and that putting it behind a paywall makes it worse.
Thank you.
And to that, I don't honestly have a response that may satisfy you. Yes, I knew it was taboo, but I still did it anyway, not because of the money, but because I wanted to tell their stories. I wanted to tell it to an audience that wanted to seek it, without the rats and misinfo that 4chan or other archiving sites may have. This is
that's going to happen anyways, and excuse me. That's going to happen regardless, and if it's more so privated, that gives them the ability to just make things sound way worse than they are, like what happened. That's kind of why I don't like paywalling any of my content. So, like, thank you. Like, those people are going to talk shit. I get big enough, people are going to be talking shit anyways. Some people already do. But the important thing is that you can't. I don't know where I was going to go with that line. The important thing is that you just shouldn't paywall it to like hide it and stuff. That's where it becomes super problematic. Thank you, Deadman.
That's why I didn't just upload those videos for the public and outright share them. I didn't want it to be overt. It's why I never advertised the perks of my exclusive videos.
I mean, you should unlist the video or not unlist it. Yeah, unlisted. They're not privated, so like anybody that's actually actively looking for it or wants to learn of it can, but it's not being pushed out by the algorithm to like literally hundreds of thousands of people.
So it's not readily available for just anyone. But I'm sorry to my fans, to the people that looked up to me, and to the VTubers that I have hurt. I don't know how what happened would affect everyone involved, but please know I haven't slandered anyone or put anyone in a dangerous situation.
Oh.
I know some viewers and fans are disappointed, but let it be known I never tried to deceive anyone. I know a lot of VTubers have lost their respect and don't want anything to do with me. And they may even regret interacting with me. I know I have lost the goodwill and trust of many people. But again, please know that was never my intention with my exclusive content. I just wanted to tell grander stories than what I already make for the public. Stories that were taboo, yes, but stories that I liked, found inspiring, and wanted to share with a few willing. From the day I started this channel, when I started that Patreon, I was always flying this close into the sun. But at the end of the day, I know people hate the bottom line of what I did. That I'm unforgivable in their eyes for it. Still,
it's a paywalling, dude. It's a paywalling. At least IMO.
if you are one of those people and have made it this far into the video, I still want to thank you for at least hearing me out. If my address doesn't satisfy you, or if you are even more upset with this, then I'm sorry. Because this is all I can say. I'm still in denial of the reach and responsibility I have in the community now. Back when I still had 15k subs and 20k views a video, when I made my Patreon promising those content, I thought I was someone people sought unconventional knowledge from. The little guy, too small for anyone to care about, skirting the edges of what was allowed in the community. I still think I was that channel. 20k or 200k views, it didn't change the way how I thought and saw myself and my content. I didn't think about the consequences offering that kind of knowledge would bring. I didn't realize the weight of my responsibility. And this whole incident was the wake-up call. But I've come to a decision to leave the rabbit hole. I've given it a few days of thought and it seems to make sense to me. I can handle the hate, I can handle the backlash, because I can learn from it. I can right my wrongs, rebuild bridges. In many months, maybe, just maybe, I'll even be redeemed if I play my cards right. But this whole thing affects how I feel about the VTuber community and how they feel about me. I've been blacklisted, I'm unwelcome. Whenever I watch a VTuber clip or some shenanigans on Twitter, I can't help but think that in the back of my mind, these people don't want me here. Whenever I want to comment under a tweet or a clip, whenever I appear on my Oshi's chat, I have this burning feeling that I'm not wanted. That even if people don't know I'm there, they still hate me personally. It affects how I enjoy making my content and how I can be active in the community. I love VTubers. I love this rabbit hole. I've been neck deep in a lot of cliques and communities for years. It means the world to me. So I can't just disassociate myself and my emotions from the community and continue making content as is. The collective opinions of all VTubers, clippers, artists, and every type of community member, they still matter to me. Their words still matter to me. And I can't just ignore what they're saying. That they don't want me around. Even if all of this blows over, the stigma will always be there. So please, don't frame this statement as if I'm playing the victim. I'm not. I don't mean to. In fact, most people, including myself, would probably say that I'm just rightfully facing the consequences. Again, please know my content, exclusive or not, was never made to harm anyone. I just wanted to tell stories and have fun doing it. That's all I ever wanted to do in this channel. was never about the money or the clout. Thank you for watching me, for laughing at my shitposts, for laughing at my jokes, for learning from my videos. Thank you for being with me until now. Thank you to every VTuber that I loved, to every sort of community member that interacted with me, to every subscriber that I have. Thank you for changing my life for the better. Thank you for everything.
Wow. That sounded genuine to me. Why is it showing my own stream in the phone? That honestly sounded pretty genuine to me. I don't think he was actually playing the victim there. If anybody says that he was playing the victim, I would not agree with that. That seemed like an honest emotional reaction to the backlash he was getting. Like, I can relate to that. I'm tinier than he is. Like, I don't know if I'll ever grow to that size, but I can certainly understand that mindset of feeling like you're on the outskirts of the community, that nobody really pays attention to you. That sure, there are people that do that do that stuff, but still. I don't know, he was genuine in that video. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, he obviously recognized that he made some kind of problem. And I mean, that video, how long ago was that video? It was quite a while.
Thanks for coming to the
Half a year ago before half a year ago when he just took the whole VTuber historian too seriously. Yeah, like I get it. I get it. You feel like you are starting to make a bit of an impact, but you're still on the smaller end because you're comparing yourself to the biggest names out there. But in reality, 95% of YouTube channels are under 1,000 subs. So even at being at 15,000 subs, you're prominent in the VTuber community, whether you acknowledge or not. And yes, he definitely did get better. Like, I found out about him after he left, or after he had a bit of a break and then he came back. Honestly, holy crap, I'm glad he's back. I like his videos. I really do. I DM'd him. He responded. We had a very lovely conversation. It was completely unrelated to this, but he's a nice person. Honestly, at least that's my impression of him.
Some came to his defense, offering support and accepting his apology, even believing that he didn't need to apologize at all. Some didn't believe him and pushed forward with the attack, believing that he cried crocodile tears in his address. News and commentary channels capitalized on the opportunity of a headline story.
Showing false ID, but I guess I gotta look into the false's videos about Nousagi, but seriously. I think False is pretty unbiased with the videos he puts out. Like, he's more unbiased than even Kyo. Like, I like Kyo too, but I can definitely see some kind of personal biases in his content. But those personal biases are not inherently a bad thing. They're just something to be aware of.
While depressed Nousagi already considered retiring.
What? Side note, what the fuck is with her nails? Why do people like that? That's just dumb.
As a VTuber historian, it was clear that he had to do it as
Also, was this... Oh no, this was posted after the whole Kanye public meltdown stuff.
early as possible. He had much grander plans for his retirement, even planning on hosting a graduation stream. But now that there was a bump in the road, he had to change plans.
They're usually unbiased, keyword being usually. False ID? Yeah. No newscaster is unbiased? Oh, yeah, I absolutely know that. But, like, false ID is the closest to just stating facts without inputting personal opinion. That's why I like false ID. I'm an idiot.
In his wake, the press Nousagi would inspire people to start documenting VTubers to fill the void he has left in the community. Though maybe not the part where they go into the past lives of VTubers. Many would miss him, but a keen few have noticed that the man behind the press Nousagi isn't really gone. Rather, it's just his persona as the VTuber historian he left behind. Now, he simply creates content and live streams with anything he desires, with no strings attached. After taking some time to collect himself, the press Nousagi would address his audience in a final live stream. In this very live stream, he would discuss his plans and his reasons for retiring. He opened up about his problems, health conditions, burnout, college, the controversy, and the roles each have played in his decision to retire. Soon after, he would announce that he will be uploading a final streak of videos starting December 1. The divisiveness of the press Nousagi carried on, with his supporters accepting his decision and bidding him farewell, some even begging him to stay. His detractors bid him good riddance, some even questioning why he hasn't left any sooner, believing that he was capitalizing on his retirement like he did with VTuber drama and the
Kanye song in vid background? Huh. I hope I don't get struck, because this is a YouTube video.
personal lives of VTubers. Come December 1st, he would upload a video on the VTuber boom of 2020. The next day, a video dedicated to Niji-sanji's success. The day after, a video on how Yago came to be the CEO we know him as today. Then 2 clips from his live streams, one being a condensed explanation on why he's leaving, and the other praising the VTuber Hoshimachi Suisei, to say the least. And as his retirement inched closer, he would reflect on what it was like for him to be the VTuber historian, reflecting on what it brought him and what it cost, the opportunities that he had, the bumps on the road, and what could have been on
Some people are just cynical to a fault. Holy shit,
his
right?
alternate channel. Then finally, on December 7th, 2022, the press Nousagi would hit the upload button one last time as the VTuber historian.
What was it?
3 months have passed since you stepped off the stage as the VTuber historian. Throughout this time, you've been immersing yourself in the real world, preparing for your next year in college, going to the gym, and just recovering from the past few years worth of damage in your social life. You've also been learning Japanese. Though while not fluent in the language, you've learned pretty fast compared to the average learner. You were once excited by what could happen in college, but the moment you stepped back into college, you weren't as busy as you expected to be. The people you talked to were rather uptight people, only opening their mouths if there was a way to advance their careers doing so. After all, some people you're with come from high places. While overall, you adapted well to college life, it felt like you just didn't fit in well with the crowd, not even being able to talk about your true interests without the topic of business being dragged into it. And so, a familiar siren song came calling to pull you back into the abyss. That call for you to return as the VTuber historian is haunting. Even as you sink yourself into your Japanese lessons, even as you try to sleep at night, you think about making videos. So you relent. You plan out a video and a live stream where you address everything and set both for April 4th, 2023. Now picture this. You're a fan of the press Nousagi. You've lived through his cancellation and his retirement, and generally you've moved on. But let's say that one day you're scrolling for some content late at night. You're bored. You're procrastinating with something that should have been done a long time ago, but here you are scrolling on YouTube. Everything seems to be normal until you come across a live stream from a familiar character. It hasn't aired yet, but nonetheless, you look at the thumbnail, the title, and the creator of the live stream. And to your shock, it's the press Nousagi himself. After
You can never leave the rabbit hole, but the rabbit hole never leaves you. True. Or you can leave the rabbit hole, but the rabbit hole never leaves you. True. You're never going to you're not going to forget about the connections you've made.
After days of anticipation, the press Nousagi would return with a video documenting the Hitomi Chris incident, uploaded on April 4th, 2023. Later that same day, he addressed his reasons for returning and what he would do with his channel moving forward in a live stream. No longer will he have memberships after the incident. He finally got around to hiring an editor to make content creation more efficient, and he'll be expanding his content moving forward. The press Nousagi was welcomed back by his community with warmth and praise, and some in VT still held on to their grudge against him.
Of course, they're 4chan. They're not going to let go of their grudges. They're kind of... Ah, fuck it. They're psycho. Holy shit.
Though others have already let go of the incident, and others simply do not care.
Interesting video. Interesting video. I want to see more by them. Liked it. Thanks for the video. Soggy after his return. So this has been very informative. Remember to leave comments on videos, guys. It helps boost the algorithm. No, tell me Chris vid he made is the one video that made me go, what the fuck? Wait, who put out that video? Was it Nousagi?
Their grudge against 23. Later,
Oh, yeah, right. It was Nousagi, I'm dumb. Wait, she graduated in 2018? Wow, that's quite a while ago. From some of the stuff I've seen on VT, psycho is a bit of an understatement. Yeah, I mean, I could say a lot worse things, but I just don't want to. It's like, I do have to, like, all my chat is on YouTube, but I am still on Twitch. Oh my god, I got sent a DM that's... Seriously? Unrelated to this. Their obsession made manifest? No, that's 4chan in general. And all the different boards are just their fixations. Yeah, is there anything good that comes out of 4chan? I don't think so. I definitely don't think so.